go ahead and begin the installation for the GVIF CarPlay system. This is a 2015 QX60. We've already gone ahead and disassembled the whole car. If you need some guidance on how to disassemble it, we should have several other reference videos like for the 2017 to 2019 QX60. So it's the same process, but essentially you just want to get to this point where the monitor is removed and the radio is pulled out so we can go ahead and work with it. First things first, let's connect the G monitor cable. You're gonna want to route this underneath this, or actually it's easier if I just route this cable down by itself. Go ahead and connect these two right here. And then take a piece of foam tape and wrap this connection right here. Next, let's work with this. This is the original GVIF cable that connected to the back of the monitor. Go ahead and just tape this up because we won't need it. Just tuck it somewhere behind here so it's out of your way. And then go ahead and use our GVIF cable. I use number 2. You can use 1 or 2, but just for to make it things easier, just use GVIF cable number 2. Route this through. So it can join the touch cable down here. You just have this ready here. So you have these two next to each other. Next, let's go ahead and reconnect the monitor. So we have the G monitor cable that connects to this port right here. And then we have the GVIF cable number 2. Connect that there. Go ahead and put this back in there. And then you can go ahead and screw it in at this point. Okay, let's work with the back side of the radio now. Just pulling it out here a bit. Let's disconnect this connector right here. And then we'll work with this one right here. This is where our G main cable will plug into. So disconnect that there, hold it. Here is our G main cable. Go ahead and connect this here. Apply a piece of foam tape. Now go ahead and reconnect this back to where the original cable went into, like that. Next, let's work with the connector we just disconnected right here. Let me grab it for you guys. This guy right here. This guy went over here. This is where we'll connect our G mic cable. Go ahead and grab that cable, which is going to look like this. It's got these two coming off of it. Go ahead and connect it here. apply a piece of foam tape. Tuck it back in there, but go ahead and connect this to the original port here. Okay, let's talk about the audio. So we have to tap into the radio somehow for audio to play through the car speakers. So there's two methods. Either one, we can use the G AUX cable, which is this one. This one you can connect to the back side of the radio, or we would need to tap into the factory USB port that's in the armrest compartment, so we can access the audio that way. The thing that will tell you which one you're going to use is by checking to see if there's AV ports in the car. If there are AV ports in the car, then usually you can use the G AUX cable. So this is a QX60. Most QX60s, GVIFs are gonna have the AV ports. So we're gonna go ahead and install this cable. If it didn't have those video ports, then we're gonna have to tap into the USB port in the armrest compartment. But again, this is a QX60. They're in there, the AV ports, so we're gonna use this cable. So let's work on this side of the radio back here. Disconnect this cable right here. You'll notice that this harness right here is present. So go ahead and disconnect that. Pull it out. And then go ahead and connect the G AUX cable to that. Use foam tape to insulate the connection. And then go ahead and connect this to the original port here. Alright, and then go ahead and reconnect the other cable back here, like that. And then finally, for the 3.5 millimeter coming off of it, take your CarPlay USB cable, locate the aux portion of it, and then connect these two guys together. And let's go ahead and tape them. Next, let's work with the GVIF cable. Go ahead and disconnect this connector right here. There we go. This you can also tape up. We're not going to use it anymore. Tuck it back in there, and then go ahead and grab a GVIF cable Again, it doesn't matter which one or two, but again, for to make things easier, I'm going to use number 1. Go ahead and connect it here and get it ready to connect with all the other connections. Next, we're going to install the CAN cable. CAN cable goes to the connector that you connected the climate control to. So go ahead and connect these two together. You can tell that this one's for that because it has a it usually has a tan band around it. So go ahead and add foam tape to that as well. That is it. Okay, so before we route the cables back, let's take this, find the G main cable, and then look for these two. One says reverse, one says touch. Let's go ahead and find these connectors. There's one of them right here, and the second one is right here. This one's touch, and usually the reverse one is just gonna be orange. So let me clear this out here. Go ahead and plug these two together. Reverse. And then go ahead and connect touch. Like that. Now I'm going to prepare all of these cables so I can route them through underneath to the kick panel area on the passenger side. Before I do that, I'm just going to do two quick things. I'm going to make sure this is secure so it doesn't come loose as I'm routing things down. This way, in case I pull on this cable, the connection won't detach. And then finally here on the CarPlay USB cable, we have this external speaker connection here. This car, the GVIF systems won't need it, so go ahead and ignore this cable as well. You can just go ahead and tape it up because again, it's not needed. Just tape it up with whoever, this guy. Okay. So now that I've done those two things, I'm gonna go ahead and remove the panel here. I'm gonna go ahead and remove that. Let me grab a tool real quick to help me with that. And now I'm gonna route all of these cables down through here. So your method is up to you on how you want to route them. You can tape them all up together and then pull them all down in unison, or you can do one by one. But the decision's yours. Essentially, all of these cables, you want them to all meet down here so you can connect them to the CarPlay module. Okay, I've routed all the cables for the CarPlay down into here so they can come out through this opening over here. And I'll place the CarPlay module in here. There's enough space for it to go in there. I left the CarPlay, the USB cable here. This I'm gonna route down and I'll show you that in a little bit how that's done. So for now, let's go ahead and make these connections right here. Grab your CarPlay module, and then let's go ahead and start with the mic cable. Mic cable goes right there. Nothing goes into that port. The CarPlay USB will go there into this port here. And then we have actually nothing connects to that port right here. We have power. Power comes off of this G main cable. So go ahead and connect that here. Go ahead and connect this guy up here. Then we have the little one, that's for the CAN cable. Should be labeled CAN. Go ahead and connect this guy up here. The UART is already connected for you, you don't have to worry about that. And then we have the two GVIF cables. So remember, I connected GVIF cable number 1 to the back side of the radio. That one is going to go into this port. This port is for the GVIF cable that you connect to the back side of the radio. Now the other one that I connected to the monitor is going to go into this port right here. The second port is going to be for the monitor specifically. So again, it doesn't matter which GVIF cable you use. This one needs to go to the one that's going to the back of the radio. That one needs to go to the one going to the back of the monitor. Now that our connections are made, I cleaned up the cable so there's not too many cables all over the place. We're gonna put this module back into that cavity over there. There's enough space for it, like I mentioned earlier. So go ahead and place this module in there. Organize the cables, and then you're set to go over here. Go ahead and put this back on. That's it. Let's route the USB cable. Again, you want to make this USB cable accessible to the customer in case they want to use wired CarPlay. Also, it helps them. It's useful for the initial connection setup. So I'm gonna go ahead and route this cable down here. Beneath these panels, so it can come out through here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and position this radio back into place so I can show you exactly where that cable's coming out of. So let's take a look back here. You'll see that this USB cable is coming out from behind this plastic piece right here, so it's not in the way. Alright, we put the radio back into place. We have the CarPlay USB right here. We're gonna leave it here for now. Let's go ahead and put everything back together. Start the air vent panel. Be mindful of the alignment of the LCD screen. If you think it's a little crooked, you can always adjust the position if needed. So I may do that. If anything, try to bring Actually, it's pretty straight, so I probably don't need to do much. That's better. Actually, no, it's not. It's pretty much the same. Alright, let's put the screw back on. Let's find the control panel. Our CAN cable will connect here. Two screws down here. Go. Next is this guy right here. Radio, CD panel. There's two more screws down here. Do it the manual way. Sit there. This guy's next. Like that. Next is this guy. And then this will need to go underneath it, but position your CarPlay USB cable so when it goes on, your CarPlay USB cable will rest in this tray area like that. Let's go ahead and put these side panels back on. There's the two screws in here that will help you 1 and 2. These help you secure the side panels. So now that these two are secured with the two screws, 1 and 2, we can go ahead and put this back into position here. I think I lost the USB cable, it went back here. Put this back on. our tray back in. So now we have our CarPlay USB right here. And everything's pretty much ready to go. We'll find the shift knob. And you're done. So now you're ready to test the CarPlay. Now that CarPlay is installed, let's go ahead and do a quick test with it before we deliver the car. I'm going to test with iPhone, so I'm going to use Apple Lightning cable. Since we installed the CarPlay cable, the USB cable right here, let's go ahead and connect to that. This goes in, there you go, and go ahead and connect it to your phone. As soon as you connect it, you'll notice that the phone is charging, and then CarPlay will immediately show up on the screen. So go ahead and unlock your phone. There should be at least two questions that show up. One is, do you want to allow CarPlay while the phone is locked? That's up to you. That's a privacy question. I'm going to do allow. And then second question is, do you want to use wireless CarPlay? So here's where you select whether you want to use wireless CarPlay or use USB only. I would recommend that you say to the customers, whoever's a primary driver, they set up wireless. And for all other drivers, they use USB. That way, the phones are competing for wireless connection. So I'm going to go ahead and test today with enable wireless, and then I'll show you also how to reset that. So when you enable wireless, leave your phone connected for about, let's say, 2 to 3 minutes. Go ahead and disconnect your phone, and then wireless will show up on the display. Let's test a few things. Test the touch function on the screen. That works fine. We have sound playing right now. To get sound to play through the car speakers, you will need to switch back to the OEM side. You can switch to the OEM side two ways. Press and hold the back button here, or press and hold the source button over here. So let's test with this one first. Switch, press and hold, switch, press and hold, switch, press and hold, switch. So let's look at the audio options real quick. We're in aux mode. So in order to have CarPlay audio play through the car speakers, we need to be in aux mode. If you apply the parking brake, a blue screen will show up. That's fine. If you take off the parking brake, the blue screen will go away. So just so that you know, if you see a blue screen, that's because the parking brake is applied. Again, you still have access to FM music and AM music and all of that, but if you wanted to listen to CarPlay again through the car speakers, or CarPlay or Android Auto, just switch into aux. So that's it there. Let's test Siri real quick. So in order to use Siri, you have to press and hold this button right here. So let me increase the volume real quick. Hey Siri, take me to the nearest gas station.
The closest one I see is Valero on Red Hill Avenue. Does that one sound good?
Never mind.
Okay.
So in order to activate Siri, you have to press and hold that button right there. Let's check out the reverse camera. first camera will come up in CarPlay mode. You can also do it this way, but when you do it this way, you need to cycle through the different camera screens to get back into CarPlay. Let's test phone calls now. Let's switch back to the original side. Let's connect my phone to the Bluetooth. Let's go to my phone, go to settings, Bluetooth. I think this one's a QX60. Pair, yes. Sure. Alright. So now that my phone is paired to the Bluetooth, let's go ahead and test calls. To make calls, we need to make them go through the original Bluetooth. We cannot use CarPlay audio because there's probably going to be an echo issue. So to make calls go through Bluetooth, use Siri over here. Hey Siri, call 714-258-0400. And then you'll notice on the phone, it's already going through the Bluetooth. It's automatic if you do it that way. Hey, can you do me a quick favor? Can you call me back, please?
Okay.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. So again, making calls, press and hold that button to activate Siri. And then when you're getting a call, press the answer button here on the steering wheel to take the call, and that will force it through Bluetooth as well. And then you can check here on the phone. It's going through Bluetooth. All right, that's it. I appreciate it. Thank you again. Okay, bye.
Bye.
So to answer calls, press this button. To make calls, use Siri by pressing and holding that button to activate Siri. I think that's it. This allows you to go to the next track, previous track, volume, so 2 ways to control audio that way. Finally, let's go ahead and reset our connection so that way we can deliver the car back to the customer. Let's test the wireless first. I think it's been long enough. When it connects, you'll see a little CarPlay logo show up on the top there. And now we got wireless CarPlay. So we no longer need this cable. So now let's go ahead and reset our connections. Go to the menu, car home, settings, information, and then press on reset. Okay. So that will reboot the system. That's normal. That's it losing video connection. Now go into your settings. Go to general, CarPlay, and look for CarPlay. And then press on forget this car. And that's it. Don't forget to delete your phone from the customer's Bluetooth and under the settings right here. So you can delete your phone there. But that's it for testing. You're ready to deliver this car back to the customer.